Just saying, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of... Okay, this is nonsense. Back to content. What do we got? Oh, what do we got? No, let's... Okay, so Kyle is not dipshits. Sorry. Kyle is not dipshits. So we'll get rid of that. We already watched this one. They're alive! Hell yeah! October is alive!
And then it'll go blip, and we'll all go, oh shit!
Oh shit! She's alive! Hooray! You were just over there. Okay. We can bring the party over here. We can. Hold on a sec. We could just put him right. Hold on a sec. What the fuck did Rick Scott do now? Yeah, let's see what Rick Scott's got to say.
Rick Scott of Florida.
Oh,
Senator Scott, welcome back to Fox News Sunday.
Well, happy Easter, the special day for Christians.
It absolutely is. And,
oh my God!
We, by the way, just have a
what an asshole!
White House on that.
Right out of the gate, you missed his face. Watch his face. She said, what did she say? Hello, good morning. Here's a response.
Fox News Sunday.
Well, happy Easter. It's a special day for Christians.
It absolutely
it's a special day for Christians.
We, by the way, just have a statement from the White House on that. We're going to get to that a little bit later in the show. There's been some controversy you may have heard, but I want to start here with the bridge and us just talking with Governor Moore. There is talk that some of this will have to come through a funding package in Congress, where you guys are fighting over a lot of things. Do you see that moving?
Well, first off, my heart goes out to everybody.
Spilly has more expression, yeah, than this asshole. Yeah, 100%. Look at this. Look at this ghoul. Look at this. Can we please just get somebody to beat this fucking loser? This, like, what are we doing? How are we losing to? How are we losing to this fucking? Yeah, this fucking gabagoo. He's a gob of goo.
And I hope they found, the bodies. I feel sorry for those families, and I know it's going to take a lot of work. Look, this should be an issue that we all come together. Unfortunately, the Biden administration has played politics. I still have Florida farmers from a hurricane.
What? Didn't Biden just blab open like, oh, don't worry about it, we're going to pay for everything? Also, I'm glad we're getting the Florida senator to talk about the Baltimore Maryland bridge. You know, like, but Biden's just like, oh yeah, we're going to pay for everything. Like, oh, we are. The company that understaffed their boat. That's not okay, whatever. All right.
Hurricane a year and a half ago that still aren't getting relief. So the federal government is a partner. The federal government needs to be. Administration has played politics. I still have Florida farmers from a hurricane a year and a half ago that still aren't getting relief. So
Florida farmers not getting relief. I don't know. Maybe talk to Ron DeSantis a little bit about it and get some state funding. Oh, we want the federal handouts. That's interesting, Rick. That's interesting. Do you want big government, or don't you? You wishy-washy goon piece of shit.
The federal government is a partner. The federal government needs to be a partner.
We're back to. Can we make pull-out jokes again? Sammy, you missed all the pull-out jokes earlier. Anyway, boo this man. There we go. Oh, who am I dinging on the points? Oh no. Who just got minus points? Oh, Wizards with Guns. Sorry guys. Whoops. Here we go. Boop, 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 boop.
But we need to stop playing politics, and that's exactly what the Biden administration has done.
Well, let's talk about, speaking of politics, you're fresh back from a trip.
That's his phrase. He's already used it twice. Let's see if he uses that phrase 1 to 10 more times. Biden playing politics. I feel like that's going to be... I don't think he's done saying it. Just saying. Boo this man.
Trip to Israel.
Yes, he did. He did turn away federal funds. Yeah. Yep. Rick Scott. Real loser piece of shit. Oh, okay. Absolutely.
The Biden administration has both publicly and privately created some distance when it comes to how it feels about the current administration there in Israel. And the vice president just...
Wait, what? Wait, was there a cut? Was there an edit? Sorry, I need to go back. Hold on a sec. Need to go back. Look at that fucking face. Okay, hold on. 20 seconds, I'm sorry. We went back 20 seconds.
Be a partner, but we need to stop playing politics, and that's exactly what the Biden administration has done.
Biden's he's just pulling out. He's making a mess. He's just leaving our backs sloppy. And that's not how a good partner pulls out. Sometimes you're going to be sleeping on a wet spot, apparently, according to Liana. Sometimes you don't have a towel, and you're just going to you just pull out and just leave it like a hot mess, a hot, wet mess, which turns to a cold, wet mess. Let's be honest. Hot mess, cold mess. Something to think about.
Well, let's talk about, speaking of politics, you're fresh back from a trip to Israel.
Oh, okay. She did
Biden
pivot.
Administration has both publicly and privately created some distance when it comes to how it feels about the...
It's hot. Leon, it's hot for like 2 seconds. Barely longer than starting off with Easter and then going to find the bodies. It's hot 2 seconds, and then it's cold. And then it's just, ugh.
The current administration there in Israel. And the vice president just days ago was asked about consequences if Israel moves into Rafah with this planned ground invasion. Here's what she said.
Are you ruling out that there would be consequences from the United States?
This is, oh my God. Is this a real question? What is this layup question? Are you going to have any consequences if genocide continues? Anything at all? Anything at all? No? What? All right, let's see what she's got to say.
I am ruling out nothing.
What do you think
Wow.
the consequences?
Hard hitting. Holy shit.
You son of a bitch.
Hell yeah, Kamala. Let's go. That's the kind of strong decision making that the young voters are really looking for. I'm not ruling out. Are you ruling out any consequences if they just steamroll a bunch of starving civilians that have been bombarded for however many months? Not ruling anything out. Wow. Okay. Here we go.
Are, and how is that public talk, that position?
Fucking Rick Scott going, shaking his head. Can't believe that he's like, you know. I don't even like saying the word. We try not to say it here because we think the word should not be used even in jest. But sometimes you just got to use it. Rick Scott is just like shaking his head going, I can't believe that bitch even said that.
Going over with Israeli leaders.
It's not going over well. I met with Prime Minister Netanyahu and the foreign minister, the defense minister. They know that they have to go into Rafah to destroy Hamas. They have to.
Oh, Rick Scott just looks like a happy little schoolgirl shaking that war criminal's fucking hand. Look at him. He says, oh, here we are. Just. You going on Fox News Sunday? You can't put on as much makeup as you did for that that opportunity photo right there. I mean, just look at the contrast. My God. God, conservatives. Fucking glam up a little bit, you fucking weird, ghoulish fuck.
To destroy Hamas. They need American support, but they're going to go into Rafah to get rid of Hamas, whether the U.S. supports them or not. I don't understand it. We still have American hostages. I met with families of.
There we go. We go right to Hamas and hostages. Every time. Doesn't matter if it's this dipshit or someone from the IDF. Right? No, 100% Sandy. Like, look at this. He's over there just getting a suntan, just having the best time with that guy who's going to be in prison in less than a year. Fuck you. Yep. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. I feel like Trump's been pretty, I guess at least obvious. I'd say pretty obvious about intent there. I mean, he's gonna have to, who bought all those shares of, who bought all those shares of Truth Social? Probably Putin's buddies. They're like, why is this worth anything? It just lost $42 million last year. This thing's trash. Oh no, it's worth $8 billion. Well, $3 billion. Well, $1 billion. Well, it's worth a couple $100 million. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Don't put any real money into it.
They're going to go into Rafah to get rid of Hamas, whether the U.S. supports them or not. I don't understand it. We still have American.
But I'm very
hostages.
stupid, so thank you for asking.
That their family, American hostage families. While I was over there, I went to one of the kibbutz I'd been to in 2019, where over 60 Jews were killed just because they're Jews. Kids, people were raped. They were just shot at point blank. They were burned alive. I went to a music festival where 363 people were killed just because they were Jews.
You went to the music festival? He was there? What? I don't care to go back. Fuck this guy.
There's over 40 hostages. I met with IDF soldiers. They need American support. Here's my takeaway. Number one, they need and deserve American support.
Okay. Number one, yeah. They need American support. Okay, here's what I do. Number one, they need support. Yep, okay.
Have to go into Rafah to destroy Hamas. Number two, Qatar could get the hostages out. They need to be held accountable for doing that.
What?
Number three, Iran needs to be held accountable. All right, and then we all have to do everything we can to support them. So I'm going to work hard.
He's not even good at the propaganda shit. He's just Qatar needs to, because that's where all the money's coming in apparently for Hamas. We got to get those hostages who honestly might not even be alive anymore because, man, Israel loves to bomb. They love bombing. What do we do over here? We bomb. We just bombing.
To get these hostages home, I think the Biden administration, Democrats need to change their tune. They vote against Israel aid. They didn't see America didn't.
They're voting against genocide.
Stand up for Israel at the UN with the UN resolution. I mean, this is disgusting what the Biden administration is doing.
That's disgusting. I won't stand for this.
They'll never get their country back.
At the same time, there are numerous reports out there that billions more in weapons, bombs, fighter jets are flowing to Israel from the Biden administration. So is this a matter of in your...
Yeah, we just voted to send more shit over as of was that today? Yesterday? Yeah. This is Fox News Sunday. Yeah, Sunday morning. They haven't stopped.
Estimation, publicly talking tough, but privately, the U.S. is getting Israel what it needs, and that's despite pressure from the left.
He's like, you put me in a bubble here. I can't just mumble my way through this. So I'm gonna go with Oh, that'd be a fun game. What's the dipshit gonna say? Is he gonna go? We have a little game show music. Do 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 do. I don't know. What do you got, Rick?
Well, this is a long fight. There
it is. The stall. It's a long fight. Circle back. Hang on.
be a time where they're going to need more weapons.
Okay, they're gonna need more weapons. But Rick, she just said that they're giving more weapons despite the left not wanting to do that. So Biden's actually doing the thing that you want to be done, which you said he wasn't doing, but the Fox News host just pointed it out. What do you say, Rick? What do you got? What do you got for us?
There's been prior weapons packages that is given Israel aid, but there's
Yep.
going to need to be more aid given.
Okay, okay, sure. We just gave it to him. Joe is pushing that genocide. He is helping out Bibi. He's doing the thing. What do you got for us?
To be able to destroy Hamas.
Okay, there we go. Hamas, good. Destroy.
By the way, we've got to focus on destroying Hamas. We've also got to focus.
She just derailed him. Like this is supposed to be like a puff piece, and she just was like, "Well, here's some slight pushback on reality," and he's just, jeez, what'd you say now? Have you seen this thing behind me? I'm trying to get my head like directly in front of it, so it kind of looks like it's like a hat I'm wearing.
Focus on what are we doing to get these hostages out? Why isn't the Biden administration doing anything to hold Qatar accountable for what's going on over here?
There you
Well,
go.
and to that
Like, oh, hang on, what is this? Oh. Just wonder about it because the people who say they won't vote for Biden because of his support of Israel, calling him genocide. Joe, yep. If there's more of a chance to get him to change his stance than there is for dementia. That's Donald Trump. Dementia J Trump. It's one of those like it's the age old. If you're going to make me take the lesser of two evils, then I'm not going to choose either one. And that's what the more evil wants you to do. That's the problem. By doing the thing that feels morally right, you're falling into the amoral people's trap. So, yep. It's one of those, what's that line from that war movie? It's a big shit sandwich and we're all going to have to take a bite. That's kind of like your due diligence. Gotta vote locally with mass opposition while, having to vote for the garbage person because the other garbage person's even more garbage. Who's the more garbage? The garbage or the garbage who garbages? That's American, that's politics in general. And then you make a stink locally, and then you build up locally. And if you can get your politics ideology from a local standpoint to gather movement, where you start getting congresspeople and then senators and then governors saying, hey, this is fucking genocide, you garbage piece of shit. But we can't just we're going to pull the rug out from Joe and then Trump wins and then it gets even worse. And then, that's just speed running the genocide, do we want the slow game where we can eventually stall out Joe's garbage politics once more and more Americans are figuring this shit out? Or do we want to, just not vote, lose November, and then Trump can speed run, genocide? That's American politics. They fucking suck. Wee. Anyway, sorry. Back to this fucking bozo.
point, I want to read this. Is from Richard Goldberg, is an advisor at the Foundation for Defense of Democracy, a former Trump administration security.
Before we finish this, because I thought it was going to be over, I just want to go back to watch how quickly he can't answer.
Billions more in weapons.
Here we go.
They'll never get their country back.
At the same
They'll
time,
never get their country
there are
back.
reports out there that billions more in weapons, bombs, fighter jets are flowing to Israel from the Biden administration. So is this a matter
blinks.
of, in your estimation, publicly talking tough, but privately the U.S. is getting Israel what it needs, and that's despite pressure from the left?
And watch this broken man.
This is a long fight. There's going to be a time where they're going to need more weapons. There's been prior weapons packages that is given Israel aid, but there's
That's
going to
true.
need to be more aid given.
It doesn't need to be, but we're going to.
And by the way, we've got to focus on destroying Hamas.
Hamas.
And we also got to focus on what are we doing to get these hostages.
Oh, yeah,
hostages.
hostages.
Why isn't the
Gotta
Biden
get the
administration doing
hostages.
anything to hold Qatar accountable for what's going on over here?
Well, and to that point, I want to read this. It's from Richard Goldberg, who's an advisor at the Foundation for Defense of Democracy, a former Trump administration security
Good stuff,
official.
Rick.
He says there's long been a need for a moment of choosing where the Qataris have to decide that they are a U.S. ally and not the modern-day Swiss banker to the Nazis who are going to play all sides, take from the U.S. strategic and economic benefits, and then provide strategic and economic benefits to the enemies of the United States at the same time. What more do you think this administration should or could be doing with regard to Qatar?
Rick is so confused right now. He doesn't know how to. Oh, this will be a hoot. Rick, do you follow all that? You know which side we're talking? What that person's advocating, and do you understand? Okay, let's see.
Well, they need to put everything on the table. Why do we have a military base in Qatar when they're hosting the leaders of Hamas, right? And why are they could by themselves, Qatar right now could tell Hamas, you will be leaving the country, all right, unless these hostages are released today. And guess what? Those hostages would be released today. Qatar doesn't want to do that. They don't want to lose their military base. I don't get it. How do you have a military base in the same place where your enemy is being hosted by the government? How can we do that? I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. And they're holding American hostages.
Liana, you're not wrong. That's kind of one of our things we like to talk about here. We can get into it.
I want the Biden administration to start talking about the fact we have American families being held hostage in.
Hey, Rick, I'm confused. Here, let me back up a bit, Rick. I'll back up a little bit more. Hey, Rick. Are there hostages? Are there hostages? How does he say it? Hostages? Rick, are there hostages being held by Hamas? Something Qatari? Let's go. Come on, man. I need some new talking points, buddy. Hostages. He needs
in Gaza by Hamas.
Yep, Hamas.
Where's Israeli families? What is Biden doing to get those out?
Yeah, Israeli and yep.
Stop talking about stop criticizing the Netanyahu administration. By the way, is Biden?
Wait, okay, so free pass. Okay, there we go. Free pass genocide. Got it.
Biden won a war? Has Biden fought in a war? No.
What? What the fuck? He's off the rails. Poor Rick Scott is a broken man. She broke him. I mean, honestly, is she an undercover? Is she an undercover lib? What's going on over there? She sets him up, and then she goes, well, I mean, we are sending them planes and weapons and bombs, so, hey, Rick, what do you say to that? And then Rick he's loony bin. He's gone. Rick's gone. Bye, Rick.
What's his background in doing this?
He's never even went to war. Like Donald Trump, he went to war. He fought for this country. He flew those planes in the Revolutionary War. He talked about it. What do you? It's going to turn Rick Scott into fucking dementia Joe Biden. Like, well, this country. Well, fuck. We're fucked. It's Christ.
How does he know better how to go into Rafah and get rid of Hamas? He doesn't.
Well, Rick, I would say that he's probably as the executive as the head of the military. He probably has a lot of, I don't know, generals and experts. Many of them serving during Trump's time, because that's how generals work. They're kind of like almost like lifetime appointments, almost. You probably talk to them. I don't think Joe Biden is like plotting out the pincer movements. Oh my God!
Makes you mad when you hear this stuff.
I'm furious, Rick.
Really quickly ask you about the pier that has been proposed to set up and bring in humanitarian aid into Gaza. U.S. troops supposed to help set that.
I've been laughing so hard at this. I'm forgetting. Hold on, we just gotta give Rick a bunch of. There we go. Okay, there we go. That's good.
Run that operation, but not set ground, not set.
Sleepy Joe has all the power, and he's a buffoon, and he's conniving, and he's a mastermind criminal, but also he's a little Dave Rubin sometimes. He's just
foot into Gaza. The IDF apparently is going to expend their resources to create a security bubble there. But there are people
That's a throwback,
on both sides
new
of the aisle here in D.C. that are growing increasingly worried that U.S. troops are going to be endangered by that operation or be pulled into something more broadly. What's your take?
Look at his face. His face is like, oh, you bitch. He's like, it's just, I thought this was going to be a puff piece. Oh, what do you think if Israel actually goes through with this, U.S. troops might be pulled into being on the ground here. And you've literally just been saying for the past 6 minutes that we have to do something. We have to go in, like they have Hamas, and the Hamas must be Hamas quashed, and and everything needs to be. What do you got, Rick? What do you got?
Well, first of all,
He's just reloading. F. Here we go.
Doing everything they can to protect civilians. Who's not is Hamas. So I do not want American
victim blaming. Here we go.
All right, in Gaza. That's not.
Civilian victim blaming here. Yeah. Who's the one killing all the civilians? Oh, that's Israel. The people that Rick here says can just do whatever they want. Just do whatever they want. It's cool. Whatever you guys want. And, they're killing a lot of civilians, but you know what? I'm going to blame that on Hamas, because Hamas could just, at any point, just, present their rear ends, and we could just kill them quickly and get it over with. But no, they're, apparently they don't like the slower genocide that Israel's been doing.
That's not fair to American soldiers. We've asked, we have a letter to the White House asking, tell us what your plan is to make sure Americans, men and women, are not put at risk. We watched what happened with Afghanistan with the withdrawal, where we lost 13 servicemen and women. This administration doesn't seem to need to have a plan for anything, because it doesn't. We haven't heard what their plan is to do this. But I know that Netanyahu, the leadership in Israel, the IDF is doing everything it can to protect civilians, and who's not is Hamas.
Wow. Oh, that felt good. One more time. Thank you, E. Yeah, we're just gonna, blow the fuck out of this fucking dipshit. Sammy, you missed a quick little interlude. We're working on programming it so that the blue box will drop down to the ground. But for now, we don't have it, so back it goes. All right, one more. Ah, look at this. Look at this fucking idiot. I don't even have time to... Let's just get this over with. Alright. Little costume change. Let me just get my clothes back on.